Hey Mike, this is for you. This is going to be the unboxing, installation, and first take on the Ford Performance Stage 1 Power Pack. I've seen other ones online where they do the unboxing, so we kind of know what's inside of there. There's going to be a K&N filter. That means I already have one, so I have a spare now, I guess, unless I want to try and sell it to somebody. Should be a cord in there as well to hook up my laptop to the OBD port, and a piece of paper with some magic code on it. I did buy this from Levittown Ford out in New York. It was a really good price. It was at least $50 less than everywhere else I found online, so give those guys a little bit of a shout out. Looking at the box, I'm glad to see that it looks like it's still sealed up. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my little knife and we'll open it up and see what we have inside of it. Exactly as I had suspected. The K&N filter, it's got this little baggie that has the adapter in it, and it looks like a USB cord, and inside of here some paperwork, a magic code on there, something that says only 91 octane, which is something I do anyways. So next step will be to go ahead and get the code from the computer. I do know, looking online at some other people's reviews, that Ford Performance is going to know the actual ratio and the size of the tires so they can get the right tune on the car. So I'll go ahead and get all that info, and then we'll go from there. So I typed in my voucher code, and it looks like it's about an 80 meg download. And after that, we'll go ahead and type in the information on that once it's plugged into the car, and we go from there. You have to check out my Boss laptop. All laptops should be covered with stickers like that. I did have to register, create an account with Ford Performance, so I'm on some mailing list now. They wanted my street address, they wanted my cell phone number, so I'm definitely going to be getting some marketing stuff from these guys, I bet. So this is the tuner program itself. Once I downloaded and ran it, it seemed to install pretty quickly. It's got a number of tabs that run along the top here. I'm still sitting in my living room, so you can tell that I'm not plugged into my car yet, and it looks like what you do is you can go ahead and you have the opportunity to program the computer. This is where it looks like you go ahead and download your tune from the Ford Performance site. So I have to type in some information inside of there, and it looks like there's a record of different tunes, I'm thinking, and then an analyze button, which I'm not really too sure of. So what I'm going to do now is go ahead and plug in all that information and actually get a download ready for my car. One of the things I did notice is that, contrary to what people were saying, it looks like you don't need to have some of the information. If I type in the VIN, it looks like that's enough information for these guys, unless they'd ask for more information further on down the road. But the next time you'll see me, we'll be sitting in my car with it plugged in and trying to push a tune down to it. All right? I'm outside now, and I see some blinky lights on the ProCal tuner down there. I've got the engine not running. I've got power to the car. And it's saying that be sure the ProCal 3 vehicle interface is fully seated into the OBD connector. The battery gauge on the ProCal application will read proper battery voltage when connected correctly. Well, it looks like it's connected correctly, but it's not registering anything on the battery gauge, so I don't know if I have to actually have my car running or not. So I'm actually going to go ahead and put my foot on the brake and start the car up. Still not showing anything running there, so let me go ahead and check all my connections and make sure that I've got this thing plugged in correctly. Well, the problem was I didn't push the connector far enough inside the OBD port. It was really one that I had to kind of force. I didn't want to, but it ended up going in there, and now it looks like it should. Up along the top, it shows the voltage of the car, it shows some of the other information it's supposed to have inside of there. And my internet connection out here is a little bit sketchy, but I think it's still good enough for me to be able to download the tune and go ahead and program it at that point. So it looks like right now it's at 50-60%, slowly grabbing it. It also had a PDF that I was reading, and it looks like what it's going to do is switch right to the program tab once it's done downloading. And reading a little bit further on down inside the PDF, it said that if you have everything stock, which I still do, same size tires, the same rear end, I haven't done anything to that, I shouldn't have to change any of that information. So we're going to go ahead and let this guy run, and then at the end of it we'll program it and see what happens. It's about 40 degrees outside today. It's Good Friday. It's a little bit chilly, but still going to be a good day for tuning. Looks like it's validating the file complete. Created it. There's the program right there. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the open file button. I'm going to pick my tune. I'm going to say select file. Okay, it says can't use it. Okay, so that must have been my existing one. I'm just going to hit the program button. Battery charger for the laptop. Laptop looks like it has a pretty good charge, so I'm not going to worry about it. Something funky happened on the dash. Service blind spot system fault, so it looks like it's programming the car. It's flipping out. So I look up in the corner, it looks like it's at 14%. Computer's still going cuckoo. It says that if you do a bad flash, you can go back to the stock. It takes a couple times to do it, but it's not like you're, at a point of no return. Looks like it's about 40% done. Still got plenty of battery. And when this is done, we'll go ahead and put the laptop away and we'll take the car out for a spin and see what it feels like. Move the cursor around so the computer doesn't go to sleep, because that could be bad. More wackiness on the dash. Racing. Through another bout of programming, it looks like. Taking a little longer than I thought. I thought this would be a pretty quick little operation, but this is my first time ever doing it, so I didn't know what to expect. About halfway there. Hopefully this is the last go around. Where are we at? 68%. Turn off module power. Turn on module power. Weird old-timey clock up there in the corner. It's not flipping out anymore. Saying everything it's supposed to say. And there's the magic words that I was looking for. Successfully programmed. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and stop this for now. Clean up. Put everything away. Go for putt. So I don't know if there's really a safe way of doing this or not. I'm just holding the camera in my hand, so I'm just going to give you first impressions. I have not taken this out, so we'll see what it feels like. So far, it's still pretty much normal like it was before. I haven't put it in S mode or anything like that. It's still just regular old D. Nothing funky going on with it. Now, I know according to the documentation, there's supposed to be a nice lump of torque, about 40 foot-pounds, and around 1500 RPM. Hard to say. I can't tell with that whether it feels any different or not. I'm going to try and find a little bit of open road on Adams and see what it feels like there. So far, no weird codes on the computer, which is good. Seems like it's behaving itself. I'm not concerned about running premium. I always run premium in it anyways for the extra $4 a tank or whatever. It seems to me to be worth it. So we'll go ahead and keep going with that. And that's that for that. I'm not going to go ahead and ramble on. I'm just going to go ahead and get out of this subdivision. And we'll see what it feels like once I get out in the open road. Just a little putting around. Throttle response is not that different than it used to be. Still hard to tell. Alright, maybe there's to it. That's pretty impressive. I can't obviously go nutso because there's just far too many cars out here. Feels like it stays in gear a little bit differently. I do have a check engine light on, which I'm not too fond about, so might have to go back and take a look at that and see what's going on with that. That's all about. I mean, I haven't really done anything else to the car. It's not like change the MAF sensor or anything like that. I have to go back and see what's going on with that. I'm going to turn on the silver bell. Well, the tune definitely took because it went past the red line. Used to be 6,500 and it went past that up to 7,100. I know that's one of the things that the tune is supposed to do. So the tune is definitely on there and that thing really got up and went. So I'm going to call it a success. The only thing that upsets me is seeing that check engine light, which I'll have to go ahead and do a little bit of research on. So I'm going to shut this off and get home and see why I have a check engine light. I'm not even going to mess with the laptop again. What I'm going to do is just use my little guy right here and see what the issue could be. So it says turn ignition on. So I'm going to turn ignition on. Press any key to continue. If it's a simple little code, we'll just clear it with this guy and not even muck with the laptop again. One code found. Read codes. Store codes. P068A. PCM PMC power relay de-energized. Performance too early. Whatever that means. Race codes. Yes. Press any key to continue. Are you sure? Yes. So now I'm going to turn the car off. Unplug this little beastie. We'll see if it comes back on again. If it does, we'll have to do some other work. And it's gone. I'll do a little bit of reading and see what that code actually was, but I don't think it was anything too terrible, so we'll go ahead and wrap up with my thoughts at the very end of it. Thanks for watching. So I got a few final thoughts when I wrap this up. A couple of things. When I had turned the camera off and I was still on the road driving back from the first run, I did notice that the car does definitely feel different. Throttle response is quicker. Just you know, overall you can feel that it's different. So that was a success. Very pleased with the way that it feels now when I drive. Did look up that code. It's kind of funny when I do a search from Google with P0 whatever it was, you know, after a tune, like the first couple of hits were 2015 Mustangs, you know, often throw that code as soon as you tune it, and you don't let it sit long enough or something like that. So they said it's something that's easy to clear. I could have cleared it with the laptop. I did see that on that piece of software there's now a couple of diagnostic tabs that you can use. So that one's all set. Clearing it with the orange computer was just easier. I don't think it'll come back. It's not really necessarily a concern with me. So that's going to be it for me now. We're going to go ahead and we're going to get some opinions from a few different internet personalities. This little porg, what do you think of it? How about you, little British Batman? What do you think of it?